Hello, 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 everybody. It's Angela Logan, and it is Saturday, November 16th, 2019. Thanks for joining me. Sorry I'm a little late, honey. I got a little full, and I just could not get myself up. I took a nap. I was like, I've got to, little fuzz, I've got to lie down. And so, thanks for joining me. If you're joining me, I hope someone is. I wanted to give you all a little bit of information on a story. It's about the young lady who had an altercation at the Waffle House in Saraland, Alabama. And it says Waffle House being sued for racial discrimination by woman wrestled to floor by Saraland cops. Chakisha Clemens, the Alabama woman who was allegedly wrestled to the ground by police officers in a Mobile County Waffle House, has taken her civil rights fight against the national restaurant chain to federal court. The lawsuit was filed in the United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia Wednesday and alleges racial discrimination. Waffle House is headquartered in Georgia. Ben Crump, who is representing the 26-year-old, said during a press conference after filing that lawsuit against Waffle House was based on a pattern and a practice of discriminating against African Americans and would not be swept under the rug. Clemens was arrested in the early hours of April 22nd, 2018, at a Waffle House in Saraland, an incident that was filmed by friends of Clemens. The video quickly went viral on social media, promoting national protests and an appearance in Mobile by the civil rights leader, Reverend Al Sharpton. Okay, in the video, Ms. Clemens is seen being taken down by three Saraland police officers and what protesters and black rights activists labeled as police brutality at the time. She claims she was sitting quietly and being respectful when the arrest occurred. The video footage shows her in the upright position with her arms crossed against her chest when officers attempted to arrest her. At one point, her breasts are exposed as the three officers attempt to contain her on the ground. Now, since then, she has been convicted of disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, but at the completion of a retrial, she was found not guilty of the disorderly conduct charge. She was given a 6-month suspended sentence and 1 year of probation, according to court documents. That conviction also has been appealed. Now, this confrontation was over the fact that she and her party were allegedly asked to pay 50 cents for cutlery while white patrons in the restaurant were not. Okay. Now, the people in the store claim that she and her friends were disorderly and drunk, which they deny, and describing their race over the phone when they made the call to 911. Okay, so I'm just kind of briefly going over this. Now, mind you, shortly after that incident took place, probably an hour later in another state, there was that shooting at the Waffle House in Nashville. So Waffle House has some big issues, but what I find interesting is that the charges, they dropped one of the charges, the disorderly conduct, but yet I guess she's still charged for the resisting arrest, which makes no sense because how are you going to be on probation for something? I mean, I'm y'all help me out because I'm confused. I'm confused because this doesn't make any sense. It says convicted of disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, but as the retrial was found not guilty of the disorderly conduct. So that means she's still charged with the resisting arrest. And I didn't see that in that video. Thanks for joining me. The few that are watching, thank you so much. I find that it's hey Sherry Reedy, East Coast. Thanks for joining me. Thanks, Sherry. Sherry, do you ever sleep? My goodness gracious, do you ever sleep, dear? But yeah, I think that was a crazy situation with that, because as you see when you watch the video, she was sitting in the chair when they came. She was, she said, not really. Sure, you're crazy. So she didn't have a lot of clothes on. It's warm, dressing light for the weather. So, you can see no one cared about throwing her down to the ground and exposing her and all of that. But what I think she should be doing is not only suing Waffle House, she should be suing, hello, Stephanie Paul, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. I think she should be suing the police department because they're the ones who arrested you, besides the people who discriminate against you. Sure, he said always snooping. Well, there's nothing going on over here in the high 10, honey. I'm so tired and sleepy. I barely made it to do this video. I was just my belly got full and I got sleepy, honey. But as I was saying, I think this lady, Miss Clemens, should sue the Saraland Police Department for throwing her down like that, because I feel like no matter what the issue was over, cutlery or whatever, they should have just talked to her and said, "What's the problem?" Blah blah blah. Went on about their business and told them, "Well, best you all leave." Why they stayed, that's another thing I don't know, but I don't know the time frame between the first word spoken to the time that the police got there. But I'm trying to figure out, when do they start charging you for cutlery? She said, "Oh, Melissa Costner, how are you? You said you're gonna watch the video, and that's why you go to IHOP." That's right. I like IHOP myself. I'll take IHOP over Waffle House anyway. You go to Waffle House, I mean, it's nothing. It's like they throw a slap of cheese on a hamburger, and it's like it just makes me think of cooking at home. It doesn't remind me of a fine dining experience. Okay, it's not Ruth Chris. Quit playing. Okay, we're gonna keep it 100 now. Okay, I'm trying to be mild mannered in this video because y'all had me a little crunk. In the other videos, I think I was a bad girl. I was talking to my friend Georgia Drummond. She's probably in the bed sleep. She said, I was telling her tonight. I said, "Ooh, them people in Alabama gonna be mad at me, huh?" Talking about Dominic. She said, "They gonna come up here and try to beat you up." I said, "Oh well, I'm gonna do you. I'm gonna do you like you might have did that kid. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you have no reprieve. That baby didn't get no reprieve, so why should he?" Oh, the IHOP story. Yeah, look it up. She's filing court in state of Georgia. It's like that's where the Waffle House headquarters is. So that's where she filed her lawsuit. But as I stated, she should be suing also the Saraland Police Department, because I feel like they were filed for arresting her because they could have came and just said, "Well, look, uh, you've had words with them. They want you out of here. So we need you to leave." And that could have been the end of that. And then if she still wanted to have an issue with the Waffle House thereafter on her own, then that would have been her business. But I don't think they should have arrested her, because I didn't see what she say, "Ha my money is on you, not him." Girl, Dominic don't want none of the queen, honey. He best look, he got, as they say, bigger fish to fry. He don't want none of the big ants. I don't even have time for all that shenanigans. It's because it's really upsetting, that situation. That whole situation is upsetting to me, just because I don't see. Okay, on that situation, I'm jumping off the Waffle House situation. You see what's going on in Jacksonville, Florida, with Brianna Williams, okay? Most of you know she's come out of her slumber. She is awake. What's going on? I don't know. Is she handcuffed to the bed? I don't know. But my point is, they arrested her for lying. Are we ever going to get answers? That's what Melissa says. I don't know. But my thing is this. What I like is that they were swift to arrest her. They saw that she was lying. They verified her statements, and they arrested her quickly. Why did this not happen in the state of Alabama with Miss Camille McKinney? Yeah, I'm saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it till we get a resolution. Okay? Okay, you to my convenient amnesia. Sure, you're crazy. But I'm serious. To this day, with the Camille situation, we as the public never got a timeline of what transpired on October 12th, nor did she ever speak, Miss April, to the public, because the chief of police didn't want her out in the front, which makes no sense to me, because I have never heard that in any case of someone having a missing child, parent, or whatever. But that was his choice. She followed suit. But I don't agree with it. Now, obviously he had his reasons, but I personally think she should have gave a timeline from day one. When she went to speak before the news on that Sunday, why didn't you say what happened? You said protecting. Yeah, I hear you, Sherry. But I'm serious. And Melissa says fishy on both sides. But that's what I'm saying. She never set up a timeline, which I find odd. How could you go before the news and not say where you were that day? You don't even just start out saying, well, I got up at 8 a.m. We went to the mall, blah, blah, blah. Then I went to a game. Then I went around the corner to my cousin's house, and the children were outside playing, and this was about 7:15. I mean, most people will set up a time so people could be like, okay, okay, okay. We don't get none of that. We don't get any of that. And a lot of you have said they should have locked all of them up from day one and see who hollers first. Okay? See who hollers first. Because let me tell you, there is something about being in jail, honey, that'll make a monkey scream. Do you understand what I'm saying? She don't know where she was supposed to be. Where the hell was she? Melissa, please don't start. I'm not. Don't. This is what I'm saying. What sane person who has a missing child does a news interview and does not say, this is where I was, this is what happens? You wait weeks after a child has been found deceased, then buried, and then you use your cousin as a mouthpiece. And I'm going to ride on this until we get a resolution. I'm going to ride it. I don't care about what anyone thinks. I don't care, because that baby, she didn't get a chance. Right, when you're facing some years. But my thing is still, she should have said something in the beginning, and she wouldn't have had all the flack that she got from social media had she came out and said day one. But instead, she's arguing with people in the street about what they're saying to her. She's looking over here, worrying about who this is standing over here. Then I saw some video where Dominic was cussing her out, calling her names or whatever, and I thought, who acts like this? Which I understand if he's actually a concerned parent. He would be upset with her, like, hey, where the hell were you? Our child's missing. Okay, I'll give him that. But after the fact, we now think that he has a part in it. So it's kind of like, what you cussing her out for? It's just a weird situation. Amen. You're right. She wasn't given mercy. And you're not going to be given mercy when you do not explain the situation. Excuse me. When you do not explain the situation, you don't say anything. And then here comes the chief of police want to, jump up and be like, oh, well, I didn't want her out in front of the public. And I'm thinking, well, thank the baby daddy for that. He's the one who got that crunk, thrown her under the bus day one during a news interview. Who does that? He did that. So when they want to cry and moan about stories and social media gossip, Dominic McKinney started that. Day one during the press during his interview with the press. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Thanks for joining me. So that's how I feel about that situation. Then 2 weeks later, here comes her using Miss Long, the cousin, as a mouthpiece. That's a bunch of bull. Then I thought about, what the brother said during he was in his car doing a live feed, how he felt his sister wanted to come forward to speak, but she never could bring herself to do so. But yet she can get on social media after the baby has been buried and rant, make comments. So it's like, so you can talk behind a phone, but you can't talk to the news people to say, hello, thank you for all your help, thank the community. Timeline. I mean, are we ever going to hear that? So now we got to wait till court. And of course, we don't know if that's ever going to be filmed, or if they're going to have cameras in court or not. I don't know. But some of you may not know they do have a gag order, so no one involved in the case can talk, such as the attorneys and the police. Same thing with the case in Jacksonville, Florida, with Miss Brianna Williams. Gag order. No, Anaya Blanchard's case. Gag order as well. See, I can't even keep up. She was making Shantae screaming with gloves on. She out looking. I don't know. Which one was that? Was that the first one? The first one she made where she was telling everybody why they shouldn't be talking bad about April. Is that the one you're talking about? I don't know. I don't know if I saw that live where she had gloves on, Sherry. Okay. Okay. I just remember her cussing and fussing. They were standing like an apartment complex. It looked like they were over there at the Woodside condominium apartment. Oh yeah, Diane Downs and Susan Smith. Yeah, I remember that Susan Smith situation. I remember that like it was yesterday. Okay. Okay, Sherry. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so excuse me, sinus trouble. I'm kind of congested. Okay, so we've talked about the Waffle House situation. That young lady's taking that to the criminal federal court or whatever in Georgia, and wishing her well. Hopefully, like I said, she also sues the police department because she should. The situation with Cupcake situation, I haven't heard anything, no talks, but I did get a video sent to me from a young lady in Amsterdam. Hello, Dora. I don't know if you're up or not because you're 5 hours ahead. She sent me a video asking me, was it fake news with Stallworth talking to a reporter? But in that interview with WVTM News, Stallworth had told the reporter, because I guess the reporter went to the jail to talk to him, that he is, he's innocent, that when he gets out, he wants to do ministry work. He loves children. He has a child. He would never hurt a child. And of course, anyone listening would think, wow, this guy, seems like he may not have done it. But of course, we're just hearing the reporter's version of what he said to her or him. It's not like you're hearing his voice to try to determine, if there's some truth to what he's saying. But, I thought about that for a minute and I thought, well, maybe, dang. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. What do you all think? What do you all think? Because it's still a fishy situation. And as I stated to you guys in my video, the past two videos, I also want to talk about, excuse me, the other little girl. I want you all to just think for just a second about that night. Two men in the park. The children follow the second guy. They go out of sight of the video. What happens with the second child? You mean to tell me you were gonna, how can I word this? You were willing to be seen by the second child, who I'm assuming can talk. You did not care. You left her there to go back, around the corner on her own? How did the second child get back around the corner to the Ledge apartment, Miss Long's apartment? Do you all see where I'm going with this? Because nobody has said anything about that. We have been focused on Cupcake, really didn't focus on the brother, because that means he was also unattended. Okay? We're still talking about school-age children being unattended, but we focus more on Cupcake because she's the one that was allegedly missing and then later found deceased in a dumpster. But let's look at the bigger picture. Two small children were outside in the dark playing, unattended. Okay? Two followed two strangers to a car, or one, let's say. And then the other one was left alone. And then what? Hi, Jennifer. Welcome. Jennifer Lynn has just joined us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, don't you find it odd? Two babies follow a stranger. One, Cupcake, gets taken, and the other one is left there alone and makes her way back around the corner. Wonder if he was set up. People posted his bond, put houses up. That's crazy. He has to be a stand-up guy for those folks to do that. And that's a good point, Melissa. That's a very good point. You're right. Stallworth had 6 people post property for his bond. Now, naturally, once he got rearrested for the capital murder, they were backing out of the bond. I don't know if that has still backed out or not, because I haven't heard any more about that. But you made a very valid point. Somebody had to have some type of faith in you to bond you out. Hello, Leah. Thank you from Richmond. Hi, baby. For him to get bonded out on a very high bond of $500,000 is a lot of money. Somebody had to have some faith in you, because even for pornography on the phone, like my friend said in Mississippi, Georgia said still they had to have heard even about the pornography charges. So still, what will make these people bond him out? But he swears that was not on his phone. He don't know how I got on his phone. That's what the WVTM video I watched today that was sent to me from Amsterdam. Now that's a video I hadn't even seen. So I was wondering, how did she get that video? She said she got it off of Facebook. But that's interesting. 6 people post a bond for someone who had originally porn on their phone, but was not linked to the kidnapping. They was questioned about the kidnapping, but let go. Then days later rearrested for capital murder once the body was found. So that makes you wonder what was said when he got out of jail on that Thursday. Because you remember her body was found the following Tuesday, which was what, the 22nd of October. So we now know that Derica spoke. What did she say? What did she tell? What's her part? It's just a wicked tale. I have never seen anything so crazy. And just like me and Georgia were talking about last night, or Georgia and I, excuse me, this case has so many negatives. The people lifestyles are negative. Okay, the people involved, their lifestyles is obviously negative. Then that issue came up about the pastor's son who preached at the funeral, that mess with some child molestation. That was negative. You know, like I told you, I didn't really want to go into that, but I'm just showing you how chaos breeds chaos. How is it that this child is found dead? Her parents got all this drama in their lives. Then the person who's preaching the sermon, that he's linked to being molesting a child. It's like, dang, I ain't never seen nothing like it. It's sad. Sad. So, heard any news with Camille's case? You all know that the lady in Florida, Miss Brianna Williams, she is awake, waiting to see when they're going to identify the remains, if that is Taylor or not. But I have yet to hear that they've linked her, Taylor, as the child in the wooded area in Demopolis. So waiting on that, waiting to hear if the mother is going to speak or talk. I do not know if she's going to talk. I don't really see her saying anything due to the fact she stopped talking to the police when they were asking her questions, which led to her getting this arrest warrant for child neglect. And I also want to talk to you all about that too, the warrant. What was on the warrant? Because, you know, child neglect can be a lot of things. It could be physical abuse, mental abuse, leaving the child alone. So I was wondering about all that. You know, did she have bruises on her? Was she underweight? Was she malnourished? You know, you had that neighbor talking all that junk about seeing her running around the place in the same pajamas every day in the same doll. Was she getting a bath? Why was she not in school? You're at the base working. The school was at the base. See, that makes no sense. You're getting up to get yourself for work. Why you couldn't get your child up as well? Was it and we can't even use that as an excuse anymore, that she needs somebody to pick her child up from a school and she was still at work because the school was on the base. So you're right there at the school. So I'm sure they would have made provisions knowing that some of the parents worked there. And you know what I'm saying? It her that a no-brainer. Lotto Al, how are you? So we can't even say, well, she didn't have nobody to pick her kid up. Maybe that's why she was letting the girl stay at home all day. No, the school was on the base. She worked on the base. So naturally, provisions would have been made. If she got off at 4:35, whatever, I'm sure they've had some type of daycare or something that would have been set up for the parents until they got off from work. She said, take her with her. Well, sure, you know she couldn't take that girl to her job, I'm sure. Because she was working some type of warfare position or whatever, so I'm sure they wouldn't allow children in the office. But the point I'm making is that the child's school was on the base, so I have to think that they would make provisions for the parents who got off later in the afternoon. Very weird. And then the fact that I was reading on Chicago Love, shout out to Miss Chicago Love, my hometown. Go ahead, Miss Chicago Love. The fact that I was watching her video and it was saying something about, oh, the daycare's at her job, right? Okay. You ought to make me forget what I was trying to say. Good grief. Trying to read these comments and think at the same time. This ain't working, girl. Chewing bubble gum and walking. I ain't good at it. Okay. Okay. The daycare. This is what I was trying to say. The fact that in the Chicago Love video, she shows on there she was taken from the naval station when she overdosed. Hello, Carol. How are you? How in the world, first of all, how did she even find out that the police were on their way? That's something I haven't figured out. How did she know the police were coming? Two, who overdoses at their job? What in the hell did you have in your desk that you could overdose? Hey, thank you, honey. But you understand what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me. OD on what? Melissa says OD on what? That's my point I'm trying to make. When you watch the video, when I watched that Chicago Love video, it states that she was transported from the naval station to the hospital. So what in the world? Oh, Melissa says aspirin. You're right. Maybe she could have taken a lot of aspirins. Okay, true. She could have. But that's what I was curious about. If she was taken from the naval station to the hospital, what is it that she overdosed on? And I thought to myself, wow, you just sitting at your desk, la-di-da, and then you got information what? How did you even know that the police were coming? How did you even know that they had a warrant for your arrest? So I'm assuming she had a lawyer because I think she did have a lawyer. I think, don't quote me on that. But that's the only way I would think that she would have known that she had an arrest warrant is that they notified her lawyer and her lawyer called her to say, hey, they're on their way. They have a warrant for your arrest for neglect and for lying, blah, blah, blah. Why the hell they didn't do that in the case in Birmingham? Maybe drugs involved in the situation, Carol says. I don't know. I don't think she's on any drugs because she liked her job. She was a smart girl. And she obviously did a good, she was, let's just say she seemed like she had it going on as far as in her career. Right. And in the military, they know everything. And if you start acting out and acting weird, they'll probably call you in to do a test. So I don't think drugs, I think she's had some mental issues. No, she's not on life support, Rena. Hello. She is awake, dear. That's the update. Brianna Williams of Jacksonville, Florida is awake. So I think she was having issues, mental issues, maybe. That's the reason why she didn't talk to anybody. Maybe because she didn't have a lot of friends, obviously. She didn't talk to her friends. She didn't visit. So something's going on. The paternal grandparents hadn't had contact with the child in a year. The same ones who lied and said the mama had the baby in October. Or she could have taken something when she realized that they were at the location. Well, that's my point, Sherry. She knew something. But my point is still, somebody had to have told her, hey, we found remains in Alabama. Hey, we're on our way within a warrant. Yes, Rena, she did. She did leave the baby home alone all the time. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Wish these people send me messages. See, I'm going live and just sending me stuff like, okay. Only in America. Don't nobody want you to do that. One of my little friends, honey, go to bed. Honey, you're not well. Beth, go to bed. Go lie down, baby. You're not well. You need to go get you some rest. You know I'm going live and you're trying to send me stuff. And I told you not to send them pictures and I didn't. Oh, don't nobody listen to nothing the queen say. It's like I'm talking to myself. Anyway. Okay. Adaya. Lord have mercy. When it rains, it pours. Well, now, what is going on there? Yes, that's right, Sherry. The neighbor knew the little girl was by herself and and he didn't notify the police. Sorry, you guys, trying to erase stuff. Didn't notify the apartment manager or the police DHS or anybody to say the little girl was alone, which I think is foul, because now after the fact, you have 9 times out of 10 that those remains in the woods, belong to Taylor Williams. Okay, looking at my time. Gosh, I'm on 30 minutes already. Wow. Okay. I wasn't going to stay on too long, but so I'm getting up, going to church in the morning. Got to give the Lord some praise. Sherry, what are you laughing? Sherry, you got laughing emojis, crying emojis. Well, which are you? Crying or you laughing? Which is it? But I'm serious. With the Nia Blanchard case, as most of you know, in that case, there has been no information to her whereabouts. A suspect has been arrested in her kidnapping. There is an eyewitness that puts him outside the store and forcing her into the car. Did he do this? Some of you think, oh, Lord, I don't even want to go there. Some of you don't think it's the right guy. I'm not about to argue because I've already gave my point of view on that situation. I think he is the guy. He has a history of kidnapping and robbing and beating up people. He was out on bond, on a combined bond of $285,000. He beat up severely an elderly man in January of this year and a 40-year-old in a hotel. And the man was in the car with him. Did I tell you all that? Do I need to tell that to some of you who don't think he did it? When he left with the gentleman in the car who was unconscious, that means not awake. He was going down the highway, driving erratically. Someone called the police, pulled them over. He is inside with the victim. Lord have mercy, why do I have to do this? So, are we still going to question that he is the one that kidnapped Anaya? When he was found with a victim in his car back in January, who he beat almost to death, and the man was unconscious when they found him. And they only found him because he was driving erratic, and somebody called the law and pulled him over. Okay? I don't know if some of you know this or not. If you follow the articles. Pulled over for driving erratic, boom, man's in the car, not woke. He is a thug for hire. Even her family says she was set up. Okay, Lotto Al, I hear you. So, see, this is why I don't want to get into this, because this setup stuff still bothers me. Why do you feel like she was set up? This is what I don't understand. Why? Who are you trying to say it? Because this is where I keep talking about it gets dangerous when you start talking about people being set up. See, this is when you start the rumor mill. I'm just saying, even if there's some truth to it, this is when the rumor mill gets started. And I definitely didn't want this case to end up like that mess in Birmingham. That's why I was very strategic in my wording when I first started talking about Anaya Blanchard. I didn't bring in any he said, she said. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Even when there was some little chatter about her so-called roommate or whatever, I never brought that to you guys. You know why? Because I felt like it didn't have anything to do with the situation. I felt like it was not pertinent information, and I wasn't getting ready to go, dig down in nothing stupefied until I had something concrete to bring you. So I never brought that out because I thought, not going there. Gonna wait. I saw that, Lotto. I heard about the video. I watched the clip. I heard that. But what I'm saying is, Sherry, get off of here with that harvesting. I done told y'all about that. Stop it now. Y'all stop it. Just stop it now. Don't y'all must want me to get crunk on an early Sunday. Now behave. What I'm saying is, when you start talking, Sherry, I know, but when you start accusing people of a setup, you're opening up the door for chaos. True, whether it's true or not. I don't know what's true. But what I'm saying is, you say, I think my child was set up. Now, everybody in America is going to say, well, who are you talking about? You see where I'm going with this? Then somebody's going to start throwing a name out. And that's when all the mess is going to get started and crunk. Because once you throw out, you think somebody was set up, somebody's going to, I know that, honey. I know her parents said it, but the point I'm trying to make is once you throw it out, you can't take it back, is what I'm saying. Information that they have. But what I'm saying is, it'd be no different than that mess that went on in Birmingham. Once one person makes an allegation against somebody else, that starts the wheels turning to the he said, she said. Okay? And that's what I was praying, that this case wouldn't start going down that road. Now, maybe they have pertinent information that it was a setup. I don't know, because they have not released information, but they said the police is looking into what information they do have set up. Then you involved in not good things. Okay, so Melissa says if it's a setup, then that means you're not involved in good things. Well, okay, Lotto says they know more about it than we do. Okay, Lotto, you trying to get crunk with a queen this early morning? All I'm trying to say is, now I ain't trying to argue on here now. Don't start. The point I'm trying to say is, once you open that door, you can't take it back, is what I'm saying. And once you start the speculative of, we think somebody was set up, then somebody else will jump on and they're going to start to throw a name out. And then once you give a name, can't take that back either. Do you see where I'm going with that? And then naturally that person is going to defend themselves and say, I don't know what you're talking about. Why you throw my name in there? I ain't done nothing. And then somebody else gonna jump in. And then they're gonna start to bring information about that said person. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that they're lying. All I'm saying is, once you open the can of worms, that's when all kind of craziness gets crunk. And then you will have he said, she said, Facebook stuff, and then this person will go Twitter chatter and be, yeah, they said it's about me and I didn't do this, and it'll be a whole bunch of mess. I'm telling you. I think you know that from the situation in Birmingham. All it took was for one person to say, she called me about a ransom. You get my drift? She called me about a ransom. And then you all out there in La La Land trying to figure out, well, who's he talking about? Is he talking about the baby mother? Or is he talking about Derica? To this day, people still are disputing over who Dominic was talking about in that scenario. Right. Yeah. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry says, gotcha. That's all I'm saying. It's once you throw something out there, people start speculating, and then people get mad and be like, well, why are you talking about these people? They ain't done nothing. And, well, Carol said, don't get upset, our queen, Miss Angela. I'm not getting upset, baby, but I just try to make people understand is that once you throw something out there, you can't take it back. And then other people will start to get upset once people start talking about it. And you'll be like, well, I didn't bring it up. Joe Blow brought it up. Like Mr. Lotto wants to say, well, her parents, they're the ones saying it. Right. We know they're saying it. And then when that ball gets crunk and you can't come back, and folks start drowning, no life preservers. Ding. Right. Sherry says, I'm just trying to be logical. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. The parents do. The parents may know something. Like I always say, people talk, the streets talk. Sometimes there's truth, to what people are saying in the street. Not always. Not always. Not always. But yes. The street talks. They talk quite a bit, quite frankly. But now I'm curious to who the parents think set her up. Since the gate is open. Y'all don't want me to get too serious, but let's go there then. The gate is open. It's out there. Because once you go on Dr. Phil, you done bypass Facebook. Hello? Do you hear me? Can I get a witness? You have bypassed Facebook once you go to Dr. Phil. You now on a national platform. So who set her up and why? Somebody don't like her? Right. Sherry says, but like you said, some people just don't want to think there are bad people out here, murderers. Right. A lot of people don't. But there are mean people out here. There are cruel people out here. People get killed randomly every day. People get kidnapped randomly. People get murdered randomly. People randomly break in your house, break in your car, steal your car, carjack. They don't have to know you. They could have just picked the house that day. Carol says we'll have to wait and see and then figure it out. Yes, we will. But I didn't, as I've stated, I was just praying that the Nia Blanchard case didn't get jiggy like what happened in Birmingham. That's all I'm saying. I just was praying that nothing jumped off with, social media posts and he said, she said, because like I said, I don't know that young lady. I don't know her family, but they seem like really nice people. And I was just praying. Lady Golden One says, and they look like all of us. That's right. You're right. Predators do. Well, the point is they are one of us. They're human. They may not have the mindset we have, but they are human. They just messed up in the head. But as I'm saying, I thank you, Sherry. I'm just saying, I just did not want the Nia Blanchard case to take off like that mess in Birmingham. Oh, Melissa says, who we hang around, observe who we hang around. You're right. And I always talk about that. You remember, I've always said that in my videos, the company you keep, you're right. Because you can be a really decent person, not saying you're perfect, but you hook up with the wrong kind of people, you don't know where you'll end up. Okay? And I don't care. It doesn't have to lead to crime or major crime or anything, but the company you keep is, hey, important. Because a lot of people right now are no longer living because of the company they keep, or they're incarcerated because of the company they keep. It can go any kind of way. And yes, you have to watch your surroundings. You have to watch who you talk to. You have to watch what you talk about around people. You have to be careful what you tell people. As I have stated, and this is, a lot of people don't know this who don't live in the South. Okay, Melissa said her cousin 19's in a coffin because of that. Yes, you can be talking about something and you don't know who's listening, and the wrong people will find out. Oh, she's got some money. Oh, she came into some money. Oh, she did this. You just don't know people. And a lot of people right now, they get their houses broken into just because they're talking. They're telling stuff. They tell you, like right now, Black Friday will be coming up soon. You are not to leave your boxes outside the house when you empty the trash. Okay? When you decide on that Friday to go shopping or Thanksgiving night, you want to go to Walmart and buy your new flat screen, whatever, don't leave the box outside at the garbage can, because everybody who drives by your house or looks up the driveway just in passing can see the box. Right. And Sherry says too, or getting on Facebook and saying I'm on vacation. Invitation for a robbery. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You have got to be careful the things you say. But I'm telling you all, holidays are coming up. You're going to be shopping. Do not leave those electronic boxes outside the garbage can. Put them in your car and take them to a private dumpster somewhere in your city. Do not leave them outside. Right. Lady Golden One says, lay out their lives and possessions on social media. Don't do it. That's right. And it's easy to do that. You want to tell everybody you're in New York. Oh, girl, I'm going to New York for 5 days. Oh, we're going to Louisiana. We're going here. Okay, well, now everybody knows that your house or apartment is unattended. And let's say you live well, okay? They know you drive a nice car. You got nice things. Because, a lot of you be on there, honey. And she said, sorry, Melissa, about your cousin. Yeah, I'm sorry about hearing about that too. But you be up there bling blinging with your nice little jewelry and all your little trinkets on. Lady Golden One says, recycle cardboard anyway, laugh out loud. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We should recycle. But seriously, you're on Facebook, Twitter chatter, and you're showing everybody what you got, your little bling bling, your little new watch, and your new this, and you think people don't watch that stuff? The people watch everything you do, honey. Everything you do. You posting your nice pictures on Facebook. You got your hair dolled up. You got your nice clothes. First thing people think, well, she got a little money. He got a little money. Okay. But you all understand what I'm saying. Yes, screwballs everywhere, Sherry. Sherry says screwballs everywhere. But I'm just saying you have to be careful out here because anything can happen to you. Because, people watch you. Oh, Carol's going. She said it's 1 o'clock. Oh, she must be East Coast time. That's the time I'm on. All right, Carol, thanks for watching. So just be mindful of your surroundings, who you talk to, because as I've stated before, for people who have never lived in the South and don't know Southern hospitality, we tend to talk more. We tend to tell more of our business. And that's that. So that's why I'm just telling everybody to be careful because the holidays are coming up. This is a time when people are shopping and you all will tell people, where you're going. And so, bye, honey. You go, Melissa? Okay. But that's that. Oh, Lady Golden One said people post their jewelry on social media during the holidays. Make sure Target. Well, you're right. Because, on Facebook, people talk about everything. They'll put their food and show you what they're eating and the restaurant that they're dining in. And I'm just saying be careful out here because you got crazy people. Crazy, crazy people. So what is the next topic on the list? Because I'm almost in an hour. I'm 46 minutes. I'll probably cut it down. But as I stated, not too many new updates in any of the cases. As I stated, Brianna Williams, Jacksonville, Florida, has been arrested. She's currently still in the hospital. She is awake. We'll wait and see on that. We'll wait to see about the remains, if they are her daughter's remains, Miss Taylor Williams. Anaya Blanchard is still missing, 19 years of age, from Auburn, Alabama. Parents think it is a setup. Cupcake, Camille McKinney, nothing new on that situation. I'm assuming all is quiet in Birmingham. I have yet to hear anything new, any updates. Oh, Lord Jesus. Starworth and Dorica, they have a court appearance December 10th. So we will see what happens with that. And then two, also, they have a gag order in that case. Did you discuss Kara Coles? No, I don't know anything about a Kara Coles. Honey, I hope it's not another child. I'm getting a little old talking about these children. Did I hear about a woman screaming bloody murder in a car hasn't been found? No, honey, I haven't seen that. Oh, Lord. Am I ever going to talk about anything happy on my channel? Okay. What about Rodney Reed? Do you think he's guilty? I haven't followed that. I'm sorry, Lotto. Al, I'm sorry. I haven't followed it. Honey, these few cases I've talked about on here, my mind can't spin around other stuff. And it's sickening. And Sherry's talking about blood curdling screams to please help me. Oh, goodness. See, that's what I don't want to get into that. Oh, no more mischief, you guys. Tyler Perry has a new studio. We'll talk about something happy. That's why I can't do any more depressing stories. Jeepers creepers. Postal worker disappeared in Chicago, 27. And that's my home, Chicago. Postal worker, 27 years old. That sounds kind of familiar, that one. I grew up in Chicago. For those of you who do not know that, I grew up there, south side of Chicago, 47th and Calumet. That was my home. I lived right down the street from the L stop, and those are great memories. And then I came to Tennessee at 11 years of age. But yeah, that was awful, Sherry. And life then, that was the 70s. Nothing like now. Okay, she says, I do not think Rodney Reed is guilty. Okay, I'll pull that up before I go to bed and check it out and see if I want to divulge in that. But as I stated, Chicago, of course, most of you know, there's a lot of crime in Chicago. It's nothing like when I was a kid growing up in Chicago. Now it's a very horrible place to live. It's a great city for architecture, arts, eating, a lot to do, a lot of entertainment, but it is a dangerous city. And they have something going on there all the time. I mean, when I was last there in 2016, my father passed away. I just thought I couldn't wait to get, because it was just something maddening all the time. Oh, and hockey teams. Okay. Hello, Johnny Gooch. How are you? But yeah, Chicago's a great city, but full of crime. He was just taken off death row, was scheduled for the 20th. Okay, so maybe they have some new evidence in that case. So I'm assuming he murdered somebody. Lots of human life in Chicago. Yeah. That's the sick thing about Chicago. That's just a city where I'm telling you, you do good if you can make it to your car without catching a bullet. It's just terrible. You don't know the day that you just walking out to the car, because they have off-street parking up there. You could be just getting in your car, minding your business, and that's the day you leave the earth. Trying to get in your car, trying to go pay a bill, trying to go in a restaurant, anything. Okay, she said he's been in death row for 20 years. Well, what did he do? Who did he kill? This Reed person. You all have so many subject matters going on. Lord Jesus, have mercy. I can't keep up. I want to share something with you all that's really creepy. And I've only told one person about this, and this was Georgia Drummond, that lives down in Gulfport, Mississippi. Down there, Mississippi. I was standing in the living room about 2 weeks ago. Purple Sibby. Hi. Say what? Moved to Kabul for safety concerns. Why would I move there? Okay, you know what, Johnny Gooch, don't start no mess on here. Okay. Seriously, guys, seriously now. About 2 weeks ago, I was standing in my living room. And do you know how you could be doing something and you stop cold in your tracks because it's like you're thinking about something or you dreamt something and it comes back, and you're standing there thinking, wait a minute, I've been here before. I've heard this before. I'm telling you guys, this creeped me out. About 2 weeks ago, I was in the living room and I just was standing motionless and something came to me, something that somebody had said about the Camille McKinney case. It was the video where the daughter is riding the bicycle and April is chasing her around the building. Do you all remember that? And she's trying to keep up with her. Deja vu. Thank you, Lotto Owl. Do you know why it was deja vu? It scared the hell out of me because I dreamt that. When I dreamt that, I do not remember, but it caught me off guard to where it scared the hell out of me because I was like, why am I thinking about that video? Why am I thinking about this video and the building, the brick building and the way she came around that corner with her and that bicycle, and it just floored me. And I was like, wait a minute now. I've been there before. And I thought, wait a minute, you haven't been to Alabama. You haven't been to Alabama in years. Huntsville, Alabama. That was what, 91? After they had that hurricane, not the hurricane, but the tornado or whatever, bad tornado. So I thought, you haven't been that far down. How's it that you've been there? And I was just standing in the middle of the living room like I'm talking to myself, like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? And I thought, you dreamt that. You dreamt that building, and you dreamt her riding the bicycle around that building. That was so creepy to me. I thought, oh my God, okay, now enough of this. That's why, I hadn't done any lives with you all. Now I can share stuff with you besides just doing the videos. I've had a lot of deja vu moments my entire life, ever since I was a kid. I don't know if I should say this because I don't get into that tarot card reading stuff. Some of you are into that. It's like I told you all, I believe in God, Jesus, everything. I'm a Christian. And some days when I ain't saying hell or damn. But anyway, in 95, there was a winter storm we had here in Tennessee. And I was sitting at my aunt's apartment. And she was a voodoo lady. They called her the voodoo lady. Everybody knew Miss Henrietta. She's from Mississippi. She's deceased now. But anyway, everybody knew her in the town I lived in and everything. And people were afraid of her. People would tell me, "Ooh, I'm afraid of your auntie. She's crazy. She know that hoodoo. Ooh." And I used to tell people, "Oh, she's just an old lady talking gibberish." I said, I don't focus on that stuff that old lady talking about. Well, anyway, get to the point. One winter, I was sitting in her apartment with her. Snow was up high. And she was like, you know what, Sherry? Don't be showing no goblins. Girl, you crazy. Sherry, get off of here. I can't do the video. You acting so silly. Anyway, storm, snow, cold outside. She's sitting in the living room with me in her living room, and she looks at me and she says, you know you have the gift. So I'm just looking at this old lady like, oh God, where's this going? And I said, excuse me? And she says, you know you have the gift, don't you? I said, the gift? What gift? She said, the gift of discernment. You've been knowing things ever since you were a kid. So, I'm trying not to laugh at her because I'm not trying to disrespect this lady. So I said, okay. She says, you know what I'm talking about. You know you've seen things and you've heard things and things have come true that you've thought about. And I thought, yes, ma'am. She said, you've had the gift ever since you were a little girl. She said, you're a January baby. Hi, hello, love. Hello, thanks for joining. She says, you've had the gift ever since you were a child. And I said, okay. She says, haven't you ever thought about something? And later down the road, it came true. You've got it. So it's like she was trying to make me admit it. So I told her, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you're right. And so let me tell you how I knew she was on to something. When I was in the 10th grade, the summer before my 10th grade, there was a girl, and I'm not going to call her whole name out just for security reasons, but let's say her name is Karen. I'm a good liar, ain't I? Nice looking girl, thin, had red hair. White girl, red hair with freckles. Karen had long hair when we left out of school, 9th grade. During that summer before 10th grade, she came to my mind for some reason. I thought, why am I thinking about Karen? I said, oh my God, Karen has cut her hair. First day of school, 10th grade. Walk into the high school lobby. Who do I see? Karen. Redhead, freckle girl, hair chopped up to here. I almost passed out in that lobby. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I said, oh, hell no. What is going on? What is going on here? Because it was weird. Because I was like, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. I thought about this girl over summer break. For some weird reason, she came to my mind. And then Sherry's looking crazy. Sherry's so crazy. But it was just weird. It was summer, minding my business. And I thought, what am I doing thinking about Karen? And the first thing came to mind, Karen had shorter hair. It was like a bob. Before I even knew what a bob was. And I thought, Karen cut her hair off. And that's what I thought. Didn't think no more about it. School starts, first day of school. Everybody's crowded in the lobby, talking, with your friends and everything. And I spot her. And that was the first thing I saw. Her hair chopped up to her chin. Pretty red hair. Pretty white girl with red hair, wavy hair. And all that pretty hair she had cut it off. Oh, Sherry says, oh my God, that's wild. That is wild. And let me tell you, when my auntie was talking, Brooke Lewis. Hi, Brooke. Thanks for joining us. Brooke says it happens to her all the time. Yes, that's when I realized that my aunt was onto something. That day in 95, that winter storm in 95, when she said that to me, you have the gift for discernment, first thing I thought of was Karen. That day in school, the first day of school, my first day of school, 10th grade, Karen comes to mind. So when she said, oh, you got the gift, and I said, yes, ma'am, I believe you're onto something. And Karen is who came to mind. Redhead girl, all her hair cut off, first day of school. How did I know that Karen had cut all her hair off? I hadn't saw Karen, hadn't seen her. Matter of fact, we weren't even friends. So I hadn't talked to anybody that summer that saw her that could have told me she cut her hair off. It was just weird. But anyway, that was just a little for instance. But yeah, that kind of spooked me out. I thought, I've been here before. I've dreamt this little girl riding this bicycle around this building. And what's weird is when I first saw the video with April and the baby riding the bicycle, I didn't think no more about it. And I don't know if it was days later or a week later. I was just, like I said, in the living room and I just couldn't move. I was like, the video came to mind and I thought, wait a minute. You've dreamt this before. This is crazy. Ooh, enough of this. This is why that case creeps me out so much. Because like I said, that is a serious situation. with that baby. That baby was suffocated. Somebody did that to that baby. And that's why there were times, I'd sit up watching the videos on YouTube and she would always come to my mind. It creeped me out about that baby and how she died and the fact that the killer might still be out walking loose. That's what bothered me. It was bad enough knowing how she died because once the coroner released that just, oh man, that creeped me out. I was scared to go to sleep some nights. Because I would think about that kid and I'd be like, man, how could somebody be this cruel to do this to a child? Murder a baby. And then the fact that they might be still walking around, that's just too much for me to even fathom. A baby walking around. I mean, not a baby walking around, but you know what I'm saying. The killer, if they don't have everybody, is what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna stay much longer because I'm already an hour in. I know it's getting late. It's after 1 here in East Tennessee, but I want you all to give me your thoughts. Do they have the right people in custody with the kidnap and murder of Miss Camille McKinney? I know some of you have your opinions about the situation, and I was just wondering, what are your thoughts? Do you think they have the right people? I still think the father knows something. I just believe he has involvement. That's my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. It really is. You all have been great and nice to me. And Lady Golden One says, no, not all of them. Not all of what, honey? You think the ones that are incarcerated are behind it? Sherry says, I, for some reason, think Dominic is involved somehow. Yes, I do too. I think the more I listen to his interviews, okay, Lady Golden One says more people involved. Okay, so Lady Golden One, did I got that right? Golden One. Who do you think? Who else do you think? You don't want to name a name or who you think is involved besides the two that are incarcerated? Any thoughts? But as I stated, okay, Lady Golden One says mom and dad. Well, Lady Golden One, watch my videos from last night, the lives I did, and you'll see where I said that it may not even be about a plug. It may not be about him owing anybody money. It may have been just he was greedy. You understand what I'm saying? He just thought to himself, hey, I got a way to make some money. And I think I'm just going to use my child in a kidnapping scheme. And sometimes I'll different opinion. I'll think that maybe he told April, I'll have her back. We'll have her back in a week. I'm going to hide her out. We'll get this money. I'll split the money with you. But it went terribly wrong. And then who's to say that he had intentions of bringing her back? Think about it. Because he seems cold to me. Melissa said, a week? Well, you remember he said that, everybody's rolled the ride on him in that news interview where he goes and says, okay, Lotto Al says, I think it was drugs. Okay. So, when he had talked about, he's being interviewed, and he was saying, oh, I got my people looking here in Cedar Point. It'll be about a week. It looks like he's on some type of drugs. Purple CB says that, okay. I hadn't really thought much about that. Oh, God says, as is April. Yes, April has made a comment about that because of social media and her baby daddy, that we, the public, think she's on drugs. Now, mind you, I've never thought that she was on drugs. You've never heard me say that in any of my videos. Excuse me. I've never said I thought April Thomas is on drugs. So if you want clarification, April Thomas, I'll tell you, Big Ange, it's never thought you were on drugs. And I've never said. Some people may thought that. She says here, okay, Melissa's talking about in the car ride. He says she's all right. Well, you know what? I keep telling people, when you listen to his interviews, you both sides. It's like anything. There's a coin. It has two sides. his interview could be misconstrued. Let's just say we all misconstrue what he has said. When he said the baby was all right, maybe he meant, hey, somebody's called me about a ransom. I know my baby is safe. Then another person could say, no, he knew that baby's safe because he had something to do with it. You see what I'm saying? It can go either way. Right. Sherry Reedy, I agree with you. She said, strange that none of the families seem to show emotion. Let's talk about that. I think both sides, April's family, mother, boyfriend, whoever that man is she's married to, husband, whatever, I noticed they were stoic coming out the funeral when the funeral was over. The mother didn't seem to have emotion when April gave her first interview. Same thing with Dominic's mother. She didn't seem very emotional when the reporter was talking to her one day on the side street. She was kind of just like, talking la-di-da. And I was like, what am I missing here? April barely doesn't cry in her news interview. The mother standing there with her, looking like she want to cry. She doesn't touch her. She doesn't hold her. She doesn't hug her. She doesn't put her hand on her shoulder. Very weird for a child missing, that there's no emotion, no touching, no, it's going to be okay, baby. It's going to be okay. Nothing. Lord, I think I'm getting crunk now. Right. Sherry says they all seem disconnected. So April's interview seemed stoic. Okay, Lotto Al says they said they knew what happened in the video, but they couldn't. Okay, that was the cousin. Lotto Al is talking about probably the cousin's interview. Shantae Long, when she was implicating Dominic as the reason for why the baby went missing in the first place. Okay, so see, all these people talking, but yet everybody seems, that Sherry would say, disconnected. Oh, God, I can't get it out. April, not crying, hollering, falling out, nothing. The mom standing there like she wants to cry, but doesn't. Dominic, he's not crying. He's just talking and spinning the web, accusing everybody else. Then his mother, she talks. She's stoic. She speaks matter-of-factly. That's what I'm trying to say. Then her mother speaks. I'm assuming that was her mother, the grandmother who gave an interview. Did y'all notice when she said, we're just trying to get everybody together and get along and da-da-da-da-da. And we're trying to find this girl. Okay, Rena said she wouldn't be able to do any kind of interview. But when the grandmother said that, I thought that was odd when she said, we're just trying to find this girl. It's like she was talking about somebody else's kid. And I was thinking, wait a minute, but this is your granddaughter. What you mean find this girl? You mean find your granddaughter? Find your baby? How about calling her Cupcake, since you all like to say that was her name? She didn't answer by her name. I thought that was odd. When the mother said that, call her Cupcake. Call her Cupcake. I'm sorry. Excuse me. These people are like clowns to me. I'm sorry. I was trying to be mild-mannered tonight because I did get a little in my past two lives. But when I mimic them, Georgia gets on me, my friend in Mississippi. She says, Angela, don't you start mimicking these people. But I do it. Somebody said, Lord, so much evil in Alabama. Yes. And they get an attitude if you say something about Alabama. Oh, don't talk about Alabama. Oh, my goodness. Everybody ain't the same. There's other cities that's worse. Okay, Dodo Bird. I know other cities have crime. I know people murder people in Chicago, New York, Tennessee. I'm not dumb. Not dumb. But when I'm talking about a said subject, I'm talking in metaphors, if you know what that is, if you've been to school. For those of you who know what I mean, I'm talking about what's going on at that time in that city. Okay, Brooke says, I'm from Alabama and I'm ready to run. Yeah, because the FBI has been in the state of Alabama 3 times in less than a month. I'll wait. Don't you find that crazy? The FBI has been in that state 3 times in less than a month investigating missing people. 2 missing children, African American, 1 19-year-old, African American. Don't you find that odd? The FBI has been in the state for 3 different black women, girls. Come on now. That's just peculiar. I don't care what you say. Right. Yeah, April just called her Camille 2 minutes before. But see, when she said that to me, that just kind of weirded me out. You know, call her Cupcake. Call her Cupcake. Don't call her Camille. Call her Cupcake. So I was just like, okay. So you mean to tell me if someone did see your child, they shouldn't call her Camille. They should call her Cupcake. So when she goes to school, y'all see where I'm going with this, right? No tears fell. I hear you, Rita. So when she goes to school, you think the teacher's going to call her Cupcake? Oh, Lotto Al, get off of here with that human sacrifice. What is with that? We're not going to go into that. I done told y'all about all this organ harvesting and stuff and human trafficking. Y'all just, oh, Jesus, y'all. Oh, Lord of mercy. Be a full-fledged alcoholic fooling with this channel. Just struck me odd that naturally that when a child went to school, nobody would be saying Cupcake. They're going to call her by her government name. We all know that. Oh, Lordy Jesus. I'm 1 hour and 11 minutes in. I believe it was a plan gone wrong. Yes, Rena, I agree. I think that Dominic planned it, and I think he realized he could not give the baby back because she would talk. You know, it's like someone said, Georgia says this, Miss Georgia Drummond, Mississippi, said, when people do stuff, stupid stuff, they don't think of the ramifications. They don't think of the long haul. They don't think of the end of the road. They don't think. They just do. And that's what she thinks happened with Dominic. He planned the kidnapping, but he didn't think it through. So I think that, like they said, once the hype got up, oh, Lotto. Okay, I see what you're saying. People from the same state. Yeah, but they're all different walks of life, Lotto. All those people, they're not even. I don't know. Purple Civi's crazy. So basically, she's told the world that the baby don't know her own name. Oh God, you're killing me. So I do still find it out. Yes, it's strange. Alabama has all these disappearances. But I just think, too, we just got a lot of sick folks, and it had to be some sick folks in Alabama. I don't know. Just some sick folks. Because you got to remember that Brianna lives in Jacksonville, even though she's from Alabama. But she no longer lived in Alabama. But she took that baby up there and dropped that baby off in them woods, too. That's some mangy stuff right there, honey. That's mangy. To drop them. Oh, God. Drop that baby off like that. But this is what I wanted to mention. See, y'all got me all off track. Yeah, not even mentioning the stuff I'm supposed to be mentioning. Hey, when I was watching Chicago Love's video, and they were showing the bags outside of Brianna Williams' apartment, you all need to go watch that video. Did you notice the biohazard bag was full? What the hell was in there? Come on now. Lotto Al, where do you live? Do you live in Alabama? Because you showing out right now with this. Oh, Lord, I can't do this right now. What was in those biohazard bags? Does anyone have any ideas? Because the trash was overflowing and coming out of the bag. And if you notice, they had different bags lined up on the wall outside her apartment. And one of those bags was orange, Texas. Well, hello, Texas. Hell, y'all crazy out there too. My goodness gracious. Welcome. But seriously, the biohazard bag was full. I mean, like it wasn't even closed. The stuff was like really coming out of the bag. So in my mind, I asked a friend today, I said, what do you think were in those bags? Okay, Lady Golden One says, stranger abductions is rare with black children. Yeah, I would think that to some degree. Yeah, I would think. Yeah. Well, they're already stating the statistics of children going missing are usually, hi, is that Ronna Thompson? Hi, dear. Hell, she's from Alabama. Thanks for joining us. Okay. She said, at least in Texas, they have the death penalty. Well, I think some of these other southern states, they're going to be doing a death penalty too, because these crimes these people are committing is just, they're heinous and it's just uncalled for. But back to that bag. Several garbage bags outside that door. That bag was overflowing, that biohazard bag. What was in the bag? There's Cupcake. Oh, that Sherry Reedy. That was somebody who had got the child mixed up. They thought they saw Cupcake at some apartment complex. That was not her. Well, I don't understand how that got out anyway, because they should have had the parents right there when they brought the child out, and they would have seen that wasn't their daughter. But I want to know what was in those bags that the police forensic team brought out of that apartment. Because why would you need a biohazard bag for trash? You understand what I'm saying? What is in the bags? Rena says Alabama has the death penalty too, lethal injection. Y'all just talking amongst yourselves. Did y'all act like I'm not sitting here talking? What Sherry Reedy said, then the chief came over and said it's not her. What chief you talking about? I know you're not talking about Chief Smith. Which subject are we on? Because me and Chief Smith, right now he's not somebody on my friend list right now. Alabama, Birmingham chief. He seemed like a nice man, but I got a little beef with him about this case. I think he should have arrested the parents. Once April couldn't say where that child was, she didn't give a timeline, she should have been in jail. She should have been in jail. Okay? You see how they did Rihanna? Once they realized she had been lying, they arrested her. They put a warrant out for her arrest. I didn't see the bag, but now I need to know and laugh out loud. Brooke, I'm telling you, go to Chicago Love on YouTube. She's a YouTube channel holder. In her show, you will see bags of trash outside of Brianna Williams' door. Why would you need a biohazard bag? What the hell is in that bag? It's not a little bitty bag. Oh, they were screaming Cupcake. You know, Sherry, we're all over the place. We got 12 different conversations going. Oh, I see what Purple CB said. Okay. Probably stuff for Taylor's for DNA. Right. What? I don't want to think of what's in the bag, because, we all could think of personal things for women were in the bag, I guess. I don't know. But just when I saw that bag, it creeped me out, because I was like, why do they have this big old bag? What's in that bag? Because it was a big bag. You know what I'm saying? It was a big orange biohazard bag with black writing on it. And I was thinking, what's in there? I was curious. Oh, Lord, I've been on here an hour now, and 18. I probably need to get off of here. Okay, Purple City says she saw it. Yeah, I'm just curious, I'm so glad you all joined me. I have really enjoyed talking to you guys. I didn't get as crunk because I was still sleeping when I jumped on here. Honey, this queen was tired, baby. That lets you know you're eating too much and you go to sleep. That means you're eating too much when you get sleepy. I didn't think I was going to be able to get up and do this video. I thought you all be in the bed by now, but I see some of you like to hang around late night hours like vampires. Since all I keep hearing about is organ harvesting and sex trafficking and sacrifices. Well, who are they sacrificing the people for, since that's all y'all want to talk about? I live in Jacksonville. She said buy her bag of trash out. Okay. Well, thank you, Sherry. I'm glad I came live too, because I enjoy talking to you guys. I tell you. But I will say these are the most interesting cases. But I'll tell you a case that has come across my information desk that's baffling to me. It's older. About that little black baby that was found. Oh, Lord, purpose. I'm used up to 4 or 5 a.m. Oh, God. Okay. I'm watching live, PD. You know they're in Jefferson County now. Okay. Uh, I don't even know what I was saying. I can't think right now. I'm reading you guys' comments and thinking, trying to think at the same time. I'm just, something's not right. I'm aggravated. Oh, the little black girl that was found 17 months under the sofa. You all know what case I'm talking about? In my mind, I'm trying to figure out how she got under that sofa. Samaj, I think. Was that her name? Samaj? Was that not the same baby? I might get it mixed up. They found her under the sofa. And I believe they was doing a welfare check, and the police or somebody was there because the lawyer said he was there when they discovered the baby under the sofa. And I thought, how did the baby get under the sofa? Now, mind you, the sofa was low to the ground, they said. So I said, okay, was she playing? Because you know how kids get into stuff, they go dig their hands under things. She said, this is in Alabama, right? No, this was somewhere else. I can't remember the name of the town. It'll come to me. I don't know if it's up north or out west, Midwest. But anyway, the baby was 17 months old, little black girl, cute as a button, found up under the sofa. And when they brought her out, oh, you said right, lotto out, yeah. 5 people were in the house at the time. 5 women were in the house at the time. The mother, other relatives, woo. House was allegedly disgusting, nasty, stuff everywhere, trash. The baby was found dead under the sofa. So in your mind, you're trying to think, well, how did she get under there? Was she crawling? Was she playing? Did somebody sit on her by mistakes? She suffocated. What happened? Well, let me tell you about that township. This is what they did. They said, look at this. What under the sofa? Yes, Brooke, under the sofa. That police department said, okay, y'all don't want to talk. Y'all don't want to tell what happened to this baby. Ain't nary one of you getting ready to have your child. Didn't they take all their kids from them? Quit playing. Oh, they letting them know. You don't want to talk? Don't none of you want to talk in the room? Tell us what happened? Well, you don't get to keep none of your kids. Oh, Samaj Crosby, Sophia H. Thank you. That's her name, Samaj Crosby. Yes. How in the world baby got under that sofa, was up under there. They were interviewing one of the, I don't know if this was the chief or a police officer in the interview. The people were sitting in a round table talking to him, and he really wasn't trying to give information about the baby. Oh, you said it happened in Chicago also 2 years ago. Okay, thank you. So I'm trying to figure out, he said to them the baby had bite marks on her face from insects, which we know that's probably roaches. How long was she under the sofa, Melissa? I can't remember. The other lady on here might know. Sophia H might know. She had bite marks on her face. He mentioned she had bite marks on her face from bugs, which you know we're going to go and call them brown brothers. I had a relative once call them brown brothers. Roaches. So if y'all hear somebody say they got brown brothers in their house, that means they got roaches. Lord Jesus, I can't take it. Anyway, the baby had bite marks on her face. They were in her ears and in her nose. So that makes you wonder, okay, well, how long was she up under that for them to have, the bugs crawling in her nose, ears, or I don't know if they were found dead. Excuse me. Don't mean to be disrespectful, but someone was asking this man questions from the police department. So he was basically letting them know, yes, she had bite marks on her face. She had stuff in her ears, bugs in her ears and her nose. Now, were they alive? I don't know. I'll have to try to find the video to watch it again. But you know how you hear stuff, you're just like stunned, like, wait a minute. Okay, yes. Sophia says yes. They found bug bites on her. So, roaches that ate on the baby face, and they found in her ears and her nose. I don't know if they were dead or alive. It really doesn't matter. But that lets you know how filthy the house was. And you had all these people there. This is ridiculous. Okay, 30 hours from when she was reported missing. Lady Godwin. Okay, this is the crazy part. Some reporter asked the man, I guess he went to the police department, said, how many people were staying there? And he said, oh, between 5 and 15. Huh? In that little bitty house? 5 adults and not one of them know that she's missing and there is a problem. People are really this sick. Yes, Melissa, they are. So think about that. 5 to 15 people staying in the house, coming and going. And basically, he called them squatters. Now, some of you may say, well, squatter is just somebody that goes and stay in an empty house, and not necessarily. Oh, Lord, Purple City, please stop. Rats, mice, too, man. Oh, and I can't stand a rodent. Lord Jesus, please stop it. I see a mouse now. I'm getting ready to burn this place down. Yes, it was. House was filthy. Squatters. Well, that's what the police guy called them, squatters. That's exactly what he called them. Now, some people think squatters are just people who just go break into a vacant home or whatever and just live. You know, squatters can be whatever you want them to be. Because obviously that girl, she lived there. So she let these people come in there and stay for whatever reason. I'm trying to figure out how the hell you can have 15 people living in a house. Oh, 30 hours. That's damn near 3 days. Well, I don't know. My time. Y'all got me on here long talking about this crazy nonsense, all these crazy cases. But that one kind of bothered me too, because I was thinking, dang, a baby? Oh, I saw that. The house burned to the ground the day after her funeral. Oh my goodness, yes. I'm so glad you mentioned that. And they said it was arson. How you gonna set the house on fire? Oh, you want to make sure they don't find no more evidence. That's the reason why that when they went in there and they found the baby under the sofa, they should have sealed the house off and did evidence. Oh, yes, I saw that last night on YouTube. Burn the house. Did y'all hear that? Arson. That's right. It was arson. That's what they said. Somebody set the house on fire. You know that's cold-blooded. But how about this? Interview one of the girls that were there, ladies, whatever. She says, I don't know why they're still got my name mixed up in this. I've cooperated. It's been 2 years or so. And I don't have anything to do with that baby dying. And I've cooperated. Anytime the police comes around to talk to me, I cooperate. She says, I want to know why you all keep bringing my name up. Purple, Derica Brown, a squatter. Oh, Lord. You know what? I'm dead. Y'all gonna get me shot up here in East Tennessee. Y'all need to stop. How's Derica Brown a squatter? What? Why? Because she can't keep nowhere to live. Oh, Sophia H. Well, yeah, I figured they burned it down to cover up. But see, what I'm trying to say is that when they went in and found her dead, they should have sealed the house off. They should have sealed the house off once they found her dead under the sofa and did all their investigation to where once you were done, it didn't matter. You didn't have to go back. You know what I mean? To go back in the house and look and try to bring any evidence. Look at Sherry putting up skulls. Lord have mercy. Sherry, I'm going to pray for you. You just showing out. But that's nasty. Her cousin told it all, girl. Well, what'd she tell Purple City? What'd she tell? I tell you what, don't none of them heifers, they don't need no more children, I bet you that. They can't have no children no way because the estate took their children. All the children, they said they took them. Well, I felt like that's a lesson learned. They felt like, well, nobody wants to give us any information to what happened to the baby, so we'll take your kids. Everybody involved in the house got a kid. Your child has now been taken by the state because you don't want to talk. And that's what they should have done in the cupcake situation. Yeah, I said it, and I don't care who gets mad because that mama still ain't said nothing. Like I said, I'm going to ride April and Dominic till they get sick of me. They going to be sick of me because I'm sick of them. Girl, everything but her weed been funky. Look, Melissa said I keep my butt at home. What you talking about her wig? What is you talking about? She had twins after. They took them too. How's she gonna what was she doing having children? Oh, Lord have mercy. She had twins. Dominic wasn't a daddy, was he? Because he makes twins. He's a twin maker, I believe. Oh, God. I said it. Jesus wept. I know. I can be facetious at times. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. If anybody in Birmingham, Alabama is listening to this video, please Drop a comment on my channel if Dominic McKinney has a limp. I want to know. I'm tired of hearing the gossip that the boy limps, the gossip that he's the one in the video, on that surveillance video. You all been chiming in for weeks that he does have a limp. Well, I want to know for sure. I want to see it, something. You said what all I did, her cousin said everything. She told it, but all her weed was funnier than pimp walk. I can't. A pimp walk. Girl, you know what? You know what? Something wrong with y'all. Something's wrong with you people. A pimp walk and a limp is not the same. Y'all know that. Melissa, why you take your comment off? Y'all crazy. Oh, everything I've seen about him indicates he walks with a limp. Like what? I ain't seen nothing because I've never seen him walk. Every time he did an interview, it's just the camera was on him. I didn't see anything. Melissa said, I'm about to pee in my pants. I ain't about to pee in my pants, but I'm just tired of hearing the rumors. I'm just one of them kind of people. At some point, you keep hearing the same thing. Hell, you want to see some proof. I want to see this Negro limp. Do he got a peg leg? My friend Georgia gonna scream because we were talking about that. She said, they gonna come get you up there in East Tennessee. You keep talking about these fools. I want to know, does this Negro got a peg leg? Look, are you missing a leg, a foot, ankle? I want to know. I'm sick of this nonsense. Okay, one of the men in the surveillance. Well, I could barely tell in the surveillance. So that's why I'm trying to say, does he... Listen, I'm going to wake up the whole house. Well, you better go in another room, Sherry. Don't wake the whole house up listening to Big Ange, honey. But I'm saying, whoever you are, wherever you are in Birmingham, Alabama, put down on my column page, whatever you want to call this, YouTube channel, tell me, I want to see for sure. Give me a video of that Negro walking, and I can see it with these extra eyes. That homeboy walks with the limp. I want to hear no more gossip about the limp and that video. I want to see. Oh, Lord, here you go. I'm about to check out now. I can't do this. I want to know who the tall dude. Why does everybody keep wanting to know about him? Pig leg. Y'all, okay, I'm done. You're about the third person to mention about the guy standing in the background when Dominic was doing his interview, the black guy. Who he is. I don't know who he is. Hopefully he don't have no involvement. If he got any sense, he'd stay the hell away from Dominic McKinney. Because I wouldn't have nothing to do with none of them folks down there. You couldn't. Hey, I wouldn't have nothing to do with none of them. I'm just keeping it 100. Don't call me. I don't want to talk. I don't want to be your Facebook friend. None of that. Okay, she thinks. Now, why y'all think the guy in the video got something to do with something? Maybe he's just his friend. Or he's just somebody was supporting him. Who knows? I don't know. But I want to know, does Dominic McKinney have a actual defect? God, y'all got me making up words. A messed up leg. And I'm going to leave it at that. That's all I want to know. Is the leg messed up or not? Does he have an actual limp? Somebody from Birmingham, Alabama. Look, I'm going to say, fax me a video of him limping. Purpose that he looked odd to me. Which interview? The first interview he gave? Melissa, I don't know. There's a black guy standing behind him. They're talking. He's being interviewed. And there's a black guy with braids. Looked like he needed some new braids. And he's standing in the background, you know, kind of nodding along with what Dominic is saying. Girl, you stupid. Melissa Costa sent a drone. Girl, you a fool. I wish the hell I would try to get a damn drone to send down to Alabama. I ain't that thirsty for no information about Dominic McKinney. I ain't worried about that little boy. That's a child to me. I'm old enough to be Dominic's mother. But, buddies, you know what? Purple Sibby, now you going to get me put off YouTube. Don't start no nonsense. You know, I already talked about that in my videos last night. The night for last, rather. Dominic might like men. Somebody posted that on Facebook, said they used to visit the relative, and I guess he lived nearby or had a relative nearby that person's house, and said he had a boyfriend. I don't know how long ago that was, but I thought that was very interesting. I thought, Lord, we done all went. Look, Sherry said we're all delirious. Yeah, we're gonna be delirious talking about this child, because it's left the realm of talking about a baby. It's now all about the mama, the daddy, the cousin, Pookie, Ray Ray. You know, that's all it's about. It's these little stupid people who gave birth to her and their shenanigans and their messed up lives, their ghetto ratchet lives have now, been blown up like it's a movie. And it's not even about the baby's death. It's about these stupid people, the stupid stuff they're doing and posting on Facebook and posting this and that. And Dominic, I don't understand that young man. I mean, like I said, he and April don't even act like they have a deceased child. And that is my opinion. Because I don't see people act like this and their child is deceased. Pig legs, Lord Jesus. Y'all gonna have Dominic fussing now. Y'all talking bad about him, that he got a pig leg. Now you say he got 2 pig legs, Lord Jesus. Well, he must got something going on, because all them heifers like sleeping with him. What Dominic know? Yeah, I'm gonna be ignorant now on a Sunday morning. What that little fella know? I'm just saying. You got one baby mama talking about sister wives on Facebook. Why? I do not know. Why she would even care what he doing. Then he got a new girlfriend. I don't know her name. It's some interesting stuff going on, I must say. It's quite sad, quite frankly. Whatever's going on with these people, it's really sad. But I do want to know about the leg, if he does have an actual limp. Sister wives, yeah. April posted that on her Facebook page not too long ago. I think it was after the burial. She went on her Facebook page and said something about got sister wives out here. You have to go on her page and look. It made no sense to me, because anybody with sense know you just buried your child. So who are you talking about? So anybody with sense would assume she's talking about Dominic. So in that reference, you'll say, well, why would you be concerned about Dominic having sister wives? Which, street lingo, for those of you who don't know, lots of gals, lots of women, lots of side pieces. Oh, mercy, mercy. This hood life is treacherous, ain't it, baby? It's treacherous. Ooh, Jesus wept. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, why in the world? Look, who in the world would want to be his new girlfriend? Oh, Brooke Lewis. He got a new girlfriend. What you talking about? Sherry, she's been posting. Well, what's her name, Sherry? Y'all talking about she been talking crazy. I don't even know the new girlfriend name, but I don't believe that's Paulisha Hale, because Paulisha Hale and that girl don't look the same. As I stated before in my video, that girl that was at the funeral and at the courthouse, the first hearing of Derica and Stallworth, this girl is a darker skinned girl, and she does not look like Paulisha. I do not think that's Paulisha. If I'm wrong, let me know. That's no big deal. But this other girl, she must be lonely. Because I'm trying to figure out what in the hell would she want with him. Why? Okay, Brooke says, that's what I'm saying. How could he get a girlfriend after that poor baby died? Hell, you see it all the time. I mean, April. What about April, Sherry? Oh, April posted stuff. Yeah, she has. And I bet you that's probably because she's not supposed to be saying anything. So just like on one thing on her page, April has on her page, it says something about cut the grass. Okay, she says cut the grass, reveal the Sorry about that, guys. My cord. I was trying to get that cord back in there quickly, and that thing went down so fast. My the battery did, because I'm working off 2 phones. Okay, so yeah, there's a gag order. But did you all see on the page where she said something about cut the grass? And is it buffering still? Oh God, don't tell me that. Is it not showing? Oh, Sherry said it's not for her. Okay. Yeah. It had, my battery had gone low, and I was trying to put the cord in, and I was just like, what is wrong? And it went off that fast. Sorry about that, you guys. That me going live just ain't no good. I'm not gonna stay here much longer because I know you all probably got a lot of stuff you need to do. Oh, I'm good, Brooke. Okay. So sorry, my sinuses are bothering me like crap. Okay. What were we talking about? I can't even think. When I talk about these people, I just get disoriented because they just make me sick. Okay, on April's page, she makes a comment about cut the grass, reveal the snakes, something to that effect. I thought, who are you talking about, April? Are you talking about Dominic? Are you talking about somebody else in the case? What is going on? Purple says, I strongly believe Dominic set Patrick up. So, what are you all saying, some of you? That Dominic knew Patrick and Derica. Well, you know, I told you I saw a document that showed that Dominic lived on that property at some point in his life. Now, I don't know if he lived on the property when Derica stayed there at one time or not. We do know, of course, that's where Derica and Starworth were arrested. But Dominic has lived on that property at some point, to my knowledge. I do not have a timeline. Nobody has brought forth any information of a timeline. So if anyone has that information, please show it to a queen. I surely don't mind. What's she talking about? Pubic hair, cut the grass? Girl, oh Lord Jesus. I'm gonna pretend you did not just say that. I ain't thought nothing about no pubic hair. Now, you know, this is why I had to restrict the age on this video, because something crazy might come out one of y'all mouths. Lord Jesus, I'm dead. Melissa said, that's a new saying, I guess. No, I don't know if it's a new saying or not, Melissa. I took it as like a metaphor or whatever. You cut the grass, you see the snakes in the grass. You know, actually in tall grass, you don't see snakes. But if you cut the grass, ding, you'll see the snake or snakes. So let's just say, what? She talking about the baby daddy? We need to cut the grass. We need to take off the peg leg. What are we talking about, Jesus? I can't keep up with all this nonsense. Y'all don't want me to get started talking crazy about these people. We already almost into 2 hours. We talking too long. You know this is too long to be sitting here talking on a live. Good Lord have mercy. I'm sick of these people. Sherry, I am. I'm so sick of these people. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. I really am. Well, the wingaling is a snake, so mow the grass. Lord Jesus. I give up. This is a sign I need to go to church. Listening to y'all now, because I guess I should have never said nothing about nobody cutting no grass. I don't know if it's street lingo. I don't know. I don't hang in the street, so I don't know. I'm not even trying to. Oh, Jesus, well, please. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. Sure, you so stupid. Sacred. Honey, ain't nothing sacred about this mess. Does she still have a child with him? Yes, she does, Melissa. She has a son. Amari is his name. And I talked about that too. I would not. Right. So, Sophia, you're right. When the grass is cut, the snakes will show. That's true. That's right. That's what I think she meant. Now, if she meant something else, I don't know. But yeah, she does have a son with Dominic. She has a boy. Some of you say he's 11. There has been a different opinion about his age, but she does have a son. As I stated in my other lives the other night, Dominic couldn't have nothing to do with me and that baby. I'm just keeping that 100. He couldn't come around that child. He couldn't come and take my baby to go get an ice cream cone. I'm keeping it 100. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? He couldn't come and do nothing. He could not. Don't ask about taking my baby to a ballpark, a movie. nothing. You get nothing from me. And I would tell a judge that I have reasons to believe that this man murdered my child, and I do not want him taking this second child anywhere. I don't want him to visit this child. He can pay child support, but that's all he can do. He gets nothing from me about this one. Not what you said, or the bathroom. Sherry, girl. But seriously, I fear for those other children's safety. I really do. The Paulisha who's got the two twins, he couldn't come around those babies because a lot of you think she has something to do with this child's disappearance and death. I don't know. I don't have any proof. Naturally, I don't have any proof with none of this mess going on. Look at Melissa said she took her glasses off. She's tired of reading all this. No, it's just that when I have the bifocal, it's not, it looks weird looking through trying to read. So I can see because the eyes still work, boo-boo. I might have to squint a little bit, but thank you, boo-boo. But yes, I'm not tired of reading. I just got tired of, hello from Oklahoma. Super curious. Okay, how you doing, baby? Thanks for joining in, honey. The Queen's been on an hour and 46 minutes. I don't know how long these YouTube videos can go, but anyway, I was thinking about just breaking this up. I should have broke this up at about 30 minutes, then jump back on. That way it's not continuous. But anyway, y'all must don't go to church. Y'all up here watching me at almost 2 a.m. Eastern time. Any of you go to church? Praise the Lord. But y'all just sit up all night. You see how they already talked over him and drowned him out. Wait a minute. Okay, let's go there. Whoop, stop sign. The little boy in the video who's talking about the car and the white woman that night and handing out candy. You think that was her brother? Because I don't think that was Amari. Because don't you think he would have said something? Sophie said, no church, but I'm spiritual. Okay, that's cool. But the child who was doing the video and they wouldn't show his face. And the lady kept talking over him and everything. No, not at all. I'm an atheist. Oh, Purple Sibby, why you say that? Don't say that, honey. Yes, I got to keep my kid in church. I understand. But I'm saying, I don't think that was Amari that was talking that day on the video, because he would have said, I saw my sister get in the truck. He didn't say his sister. He said, I saw small feet. Lady go and said, yes, her brother. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, if I think that's her brother. Because I didn't get the feeling that was her brother. I just thought that was some random child playing. You understand what I'm saying? So now ask yourself this. Okay, so Purple, you letting me know you're an atheist. Good God Almighty. Why, honey? We ain't gonna talk about that on this program today. We ain't gonna talk about religion because I ain't got enough strength for that right now. I don't got enough strength. But what I'm saying is, think about what you're saying. If you all think that little boy that was on that video, that he's the brother, and he's relaying what he saw. Okay, Lady Golden will say, if it wasn't her brother, he still saw it. Right, he still saw it. Because that's what I was going to say. If that was his sister, don't you think that's even more suspicious? He wasn't with his sister when she got missing. He wasn't playing with her when she got missing. Right, what adult sits there and watches him hand out candy? That's why I said Tom Brown was not a village. Okay, they wouldn't let him say what he saw. Well, the woman kept talking over him, because she kept saying, well, he said what he think he saw. Lady, he know what he saw. Hell, if you shut up and let him talk. We had 3 people talking. The boy was talking, the lady was talking. Then a man asked about the shoes. Did they have the shoes off? He said that because he knew the little girl had left the shoes in the parking lot. That had been said that Camille had left her shoes in the parking lot. So that's why the man was asking the child, did you see her with shoes on or off? Oh, off. Okay. Because she had her shoes off allegedly. Which I thought that was odd. Because now my friend was talking about, well, it was cold that night in Birmingham. So the first thing I thought was, well, if it was cold that night in Birmingham, why were her shoes off? Why did the child take her shoes off? Oh, but okay, if she was jumping in the bouncy house. So if she was jumping in that bouncy house, maybe that's why her shoes was off, if they actually had a bouncy house. That's what was said. So I just thought about that. Maybe that's why her shoes were off, because she was jumping up in the bouncy house. You're right, Melissa. You don't take candy from strangers, but you have to remember these are children. So if a child sees something, you have something that's of interest to a child. Doesn't matter what it is, candy, a doll, video games. You think they won't take it? Of course they'll take it. They're children. They're going to take it. They're going to take it. And you know that. Go stand outside where you live and just start telling some kids you got some video games. You think somebody's not going to come up to you and say, well, what kind do you have? Oh, is it for a PlayStation, this or that? Or they're going to ask because they're children. I don't know what to say about this case. It is the sickest thing I've ever seen. But I believe Dominic knew Stallworth and Derica. I think he met them over there at the Woodside condominium. Oh, Lord. She said, why was the child pulling her pants down to pee? I don't know. Some people thinks it's home training. Some people think maybe she was scared to ask that lady who she was visiting. Not visiting, but the girl who threw the party. Maybe she felt ashamed to ask her because she used her restroom. But I also think nobody was home where she was supposed to be staying. Miss Shantae Long. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Maybe that's why the baby was peeing outside, because maybe she couldn't get in the door. Maybe nobody was there to let her in. Or maybe she's used to peeing outside. I don't know. Okay, so after 7, she was sitting on the basketball court. But what we're saying is somebody, this RS mommy, whoever, is basically saying her using the restroom outside. I don't see somebody lying about that, because that'd be a hell of a lie to put on a child. Say she used the bathroom outside. My thing was either the child was lazy, didn't want to go to the bathroom, or the child felt shame to ask the lady because she used her restroom, or she couldn't get into the house where she was staying, the apartment. I don't know how far Miss Long's apartment is from where the children were playing at that apartment, but maybe she couldn't get into that other apartment to use the bathroom. Okay, somebody said she's used to peeing outside because mom leaves her alone. That's a good point. Somebody else said the same thing. Maybe she's not potty trained. She is 3, and I have seen some kids who were 3 still wearing pull-ups. Okay, Sophia said maybe she didn't want to go in the house. Well, see, that's another thing. We don't know. That's why people speculate, because we don't know. Okay, Regina, bye, baby. Thanks so much. Thanks a lot. But yeah, we don't know if Camille was accustomed to using the restroom outside. We don't know if she was potty trained. We don't know if she just was scared to ask this lady for the bathroom. We don't know if she couldn't get back into the apartment where she was staying. See, these are all the things we want to know, and we can't get any information because nobody wanted to tell us anything about what happened on October 12th, which I don't understand what the big secret is, and why are we going around telling our cousin to tell the news people. Everybody's talking about me and blaming me. Well, hell, heifer, why you just don't come out and tell somebody what the hell happened, and they wouldn't have to talk about you? Said, wait a minute, I got to see that comment again. I missed that. I missed that comment. Okay. I don't know what to think. I'm just going to be truthful with you. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think about none of this stuff. All this is just wicked to me. See, the mama was there and used the bathroom, and that's when she was supposedly taken. Right. The comment the person just made about somebody took her over to the house and nobody was there. Okay. Allegedly, someone took her to that apartment 2 times. On one of the occasions, they said the brother was there, but they did not see an adult. My problem with that is you shouldn't have left the child. Period. You think it's okay to leave her with the brother? That's stupid. The mom was not there. Okay. Oh, Regina. Okay, you're still here. Okay, thanks, honey. So what I'm saying is, why would you take a child and leave the child there, knowing that was not an adult? 3 minutes, Sophia, I agree. I do not think April was ever at Tom Brown Apartments. I think April, if she did go to the game, she dropped those kids off around the corner to those apartments, to Miss Long's apartment, if that is Miss Long's apartment. She dropped the kids off and she went on her merry way. When she returned to Tom Brown, that's when she got the 411 that her child was missing. Well, you're right, Melissa. But people don't care. This is what I've been trying to tell people. All this fast talk about Tom Brown's a village and this and that, that doesn't mean anything at home or at the birthday party. She was at a football game. Yeah, baby, but at some point, the football game ended. Let me break this on down from what the people are saying in the street. The girl who threw the party is saying it ended at 7. The people at the football field or whatever the game was said that ended at 6:37. You see where I'm going? Now, do the math. Everybody. If the game ended near 7, 2 people put her at the field between 6:30 and 7. They're vouching for her. The girl is saying her party ended at 7. Voila, magic. Now you see what the lie is? Now you all see where the lie is? Both situations are ending at 7 o'clock. Party ending at 7. Still not dark. Come on with it. Football game, whatever game it was, ended at 7 or so, 6:37. So who brought her back to Tom Brown? You see where I'm going? Something is still fishy with both stories. Well, somebody's talking about Cupcake look well. Well, you all don't really want me to go there. I don't think you really want me to open that can of worms about hair barrettes and looking pretty. Sacred Enchanted Cherokee. Okay, I'm going to tell you something, honey. Okay, the status, 7:45. I always remember about Facebook. Posting a picture or anything does not mean that's where you were at that time. Okay? I can go right now in a gallery, pull up a picture you've never seen, post it on Facebook. That doesn't mean I was at that restaurant or anything at that. All right, Purple. Be careful. That doesn't mean that's where I was at that time. I could right now take a picture at McDonald's and post it on Facebook, but that does not mean that's where I actually am at that time. I was at McDonald's, but it don't mean I was there at that time. Right, Sophia, that's right. Children who look well. That's the point I'm trying to make. Just because we saw Cupcake looking pretty, she had, looked nice in her clothes, her hair was done, that does not mean anything, okay? You have parents who dress their children nice. Some even get put in private schools. They participate in activities and functions, but their parents could be neglectful, could be cruel, could be mean. And in your mind, because you're thinking, oh, well, they don't look like they're abused. They seem nice. They seem to care. They're always well kept. But it doesn't mean that your mama don't got no issues or your daddy or whoever taking care of you. I keep trying to tell people that. You have got to stop thinking like, it's, oh my goodness. Everything's an illusion out here. I'm not about to get on this horn, tell all my personal business about my own family dynamic, but listen to me carefully. You could have a mother who dressed you pretty to the nines. You could be wearing name brand clothes, and then boom, people find out that you were mentally abused, physically abused. Do you see what I'm saying? That dressing in hair bows, name brand clothes, all that don't mean nothing. People will abuse their children and have them dressed so pretty, sitting in church and going to school. First thing people say, oh, she's so pretty. He's so handsome. Oh my gosh. Beautiful children. But they don't know what their mama is saying to them when they shut the door. Let me keep it 100 with you, since y'all want to open that can of worms. Go back to the video where April is taking her hair down. Oh yeah, the 14 children in California, exactly. Go back to the video where April is taking her hair down and she's live. Why she needs to film herself taking her hair down is a mystery to me. But the point is, she cusses at her child about the remote. Okay? Taking her hair down, taking her hair weave out. And what does she say to Cupcake? I don't want to watch this shit. Now, why are you talking to a child like that? See what I'm saying? You got to curse at a child because you don't like what's on the TV? All you have to do is change it. You don't like what's on your TV. You got access to the remote. Flip the channel. Why are you cussing at a 3-year-old about what's on the TV? That's your house. That's your TV. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's all in the details. Right. Well, you know that picture of her holding her with the white shirt on, baby? And Cupcake's got the little jacket on, I think, and the little leopard and pink shirt on. That's supposedly that day at the at the game or the state, wherever they had the game or whatever. I'm assuming that's what she had on that day. I don't know if she changed it or not. I don't know. But I do know that somebody said Cupcake came out one of those times when she was dropped off at that apartment. She came back in different bottoms. So I don't know if she had wet herself and had a spare of clothes. But somebody said she changed her bottoms. Now, I do remember somebody on Facebook saying that she came back out and her bottoms were changed. So that's something interesting to know. But I still want to know about that other little girl. How did that little girl get back from around that park? When those 2 kids were let out of that park and the person took Cupcake, how did the other child get back around the corner to that apartment? Y'all ain't thought about that? Ain't nobody thought about that? Ain't nobody thought about why that child was unattended with Cupcake? You see, so it goes deeper than just Cupcake missing, Cupcake found deceased. There was another child out there with her, unattended. The brother, school age, unattended. Do you all see what I'm saying? We're talking about 3 kids. We're not just talking about Cupcake. She just so happened to go missing and was reported. Oh, Sophia said, I thought it was a little boy. No, we now know it's a little girl. April's cousin, Shantae Long, goes to the news people 2 weeks ago and gives an interview and says, the little girl that you see in the video was my niece, is what she says. Well, Sherry, you know now. Everybody knows who's listening to this video. The other child in the video is a girl. Miss Long says it's her niece. That's what she told the reporter in the news interview while she was speaking on behalf of Miss April. Why Miss April can't speak for herself, I do not know. You're so worried about what the hell everybody talking about on Facebook. Well, hell, why you didn't tell people what the hell happened October 12th? Nobody will be talking about you. Now, see, I'm about to get crunk because I'm sick of this. This is stupid to me. This is stupid. You worried about what the hell these people talking about on Facebook? People you don't damn know. Let camera watch your child. April started a petition for surveillance. Well, you're right. I believe in surveillance in apartments and any place. I don't care if it's the projects or not. But you're right. But wasn't she talking about Cupcake being her niece? I don't know, Sherry. Sherry, these people lie so much you don't know what is what. I'm just telling you what she told the news. You can go back and find it on WVTM 13 Birmingham. When she gave the interview, she said specifically, the little girl in the video along with Cupcake, that's my niece. That's what she said. So I don't know if that's exact relations to Cupcake or not. Honey, I don't even know. Oh, she said, I'm confused. I thought Miss Long was Camille's cousin. Yes, she's April's cousin, which I guess would make her Cupcake's cousin. But what I'm saying is, there were 2 children in the park. On the video, Miss Long says to the news people recently that that other child is a girl. That's what she said. She did not say it was a boy. She said, oh, the other child that was in the video. No, you okay, baby. She says the other child in the video is my niece. That's exactly what she says. What do you have to do to lose your daughter? Is going to stand up if you're innocent. You're right. That's what I don't understand. Is if my child went missing, I'm not going to wait hours to report it. I'm going to go call the police immediately. I'm going to tell the news people the first time I do an interview, this is where I was. This is the time. I'm going to lay it all out. I'm not going to leave no stone unturned. I'm not going to leave any holes for nobody to poke. But you see, you don't say anything because you know there's holes. Because you know you was never at Tom Brown Apartments. And that's what I think. April wasn't there. And how about this? I don't think Shantae Long was there either. I think those kids, all the kids, whosoever, however many it was left alone. How about that? Y'all didn't think about that? Shantae Long got smaller children from what I've seen on her Facebook page. If it's the same girl, where were those children? I'll wait. You ain't thought about that, huh? You ain't thought about that. Where were her children? Where were Miss Long's children? And what the hell are you doing keeping kids and letting them run around unsupervised? She said, wasn't around 8 p.m. I don't know, Sacred. I don't know, baby. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you all. It wasn't just about Cupcake. There were other children, I believe, who were left alone in that apartment to fend for themselves. And I'm going to tell you all something else I read on a post about Miss April. Somebody said April was the type of mother that she would pull up with the car still running, Cupcake or the brother, whoever, pop the door open, run out, and homegirl would take off. And you know there's people like that. Yes, you're right. He did say that. Dominic did say that her cousin don't watch her own kids. Right. So that was said about April on Facebook. I saw that probably 2 weeks ago. Somebody said, oh, she's the type of mother that I see her open the door, the kids run out, and she door closed, she take off. So that means that heifer was just leaving her car running to drop her kids off. And you got some parents like that. They probably don't even sit and wait to see if the child go in the door. Get inside the house or the apartment. They already take off driving. Right, Melissa, you're right. They all got each other's backs, but they don't got the kids' back. Right. Those kids were just collateral damage. They don't care nothing about those kids. I think a lot of people who defend them, they think like them. That's why they defend them. It's easy to defend somebody if I think like them. I act like them. And that's just my personal opinion. I believe in giving anybody the benefit of the doubt. But if you can't tell me where you were when your child went missing, you can't give me a timeline, then that leads me to think that you were never around. Period. You were never around. You were never at Tom Brown. And the fact that, like you all said, Dominic says that girl don't watch her kids, the cousin. So that lets me know she don't watch her kids. You had to know Shantae don't watch her kids. Yet you took your kids over there and then your child goes missing. So even if we think the worst of Dominic, he did tell the truth about the situation over there at Tom Brown. Okay, because they do the same, that would make them look bad. Well, if you defending these folks, something wrong with you, because you can't make me understand how 2 little bitty babies out there playing in the dark, unattended. One goes missing. One, by the luck of God, made it home safe somehow. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about those kids being unattended that day for however long it was. For however long it was, those kids were unattended, and we know this. And nobody wants to talk about that. The chief of police didn't want her talking, still don't want her talking. Well, I disagree. Because as this one guy says, he's an FBI agent, Mr. Garrett. He works with ABC News. He says you want people to talk when there is somebody missing because they will surely tell on themselves. No hiding. No, they don't need to talk. Why shouldn't you talk? Your child is missing. That's stupid. Oh, October 11th. Okay. Well, I'm telling you. She said the cousin was on something. Sophia, yeah, somebody else said the same thing. I thought that too during that news interview, her mouth twitching or whatever. I thought, is she high? What's going on? I thought she might have been high during that news interview, Shantae Long. But these people are suspect to me. I don't care what anybody says. I know children can get gone at the blink of an eye. I'm not stupid. I know you can have your child in Walmart. Your child could say, well, I'm going to walk down here to get this from this aisle, woo, woo, woo. And you trust them and let them walk off. You know, not a 3-year-old, of course, but maybe an 8-year-old. You might trust them to go around the aisle and get some chips or something, and they get gone. But see, that's the point. You can't go back. Can't take it back. But we're not at Walmart. And your child didn't step out 5 feet. You turned your back and looked in your buggy or looked in the freezer aisle, and your child got missing. We're talking about you left your child out to fend for herself alongside another itty bitty spider, and they took one child. But like I've said to you all, and I'm going to check out of here, a pedophile would have taken the second child, and I think you all know that. Why wouldn't he take the second child? You a pervert, you are sick. You would have taken the second child. You got 2 for 1. Nobody's watching. Nobody can see you. Loudspeaker at Walmart. Yes, you're right. But you understand what I'm saying? The children were out of sight, so nobody could see them, allegedly. Somebody looking and watching all the time. You know that. It's the projects. Give me a break. But 2 children out of sight, and you're only going to take 1 child, but you're a pervert. Think about that for just a second. You're going to take both. Why not? You don't leave a witness. And you're also sick. And the boy child said he saw 2 cars. They were switching cars. Now, why would you go kidnap an itty bitty child and need a second car? That's right. Lady Golden won, yes. A pedophile would have taken both children. They're both small. He's not going to leave one that could identify him. The child could talk. She could see. What makes you think she couldn't talk? Come on now. This is what I don't understand that people are missing. A pedophile would have taken both kids. 2. Why were there 2 cars? Why do you need a second car to kidnap a 3-foot person? 3 feet. She's only 3 feet. You don't need a second car. That's more work. That's drawing more attention. A second car. You think people aren't going to notice you switching cars? Well, somebody did. That little boy did. I want to know that the police talked to that little boy. Did he identify Derica and Starworth as the people who were in the car? Because what I want to know, right, one came back. What I want to know, if that child says Derica and Starworth were the ones who handed out the candy, then cool. I have a problem with that. But what I do have a problem with, where is the white woman? Where is the white woman that the child saw? Okay. We haven't heard nothing about a Caucasian lady since this case started. I've heard nothing. And like I told you in my other lives, some girls, when they saw Derica getting arrested, they know of Starworth talking to Go to Birmingham. Birmingham don't want none of me. The police department don't want none of me. Because they should know by now that something's up. They should know. Anybody with sense know. 2 children, they would have been taken. Come on now. Melissa says it was almost as if it was scripted. Yeah, it seems planned. It seems like the chief said, spur of the moment. And in a way, I think that. I think somebody called Dominic and told them the baby was hanging around. And he went and botched his plan and got her out of there. Yes, they only wanted Camille. Yes. So why would somebody want Camille? You know I'm supposed to be checking out of here. Why would somebody just want Camille? What was so special about that baby that a kidnapper just wanted her? Think about it. Why just her? Why leave a witness? You also had to been looking around to see that there were other children playing. You don't think they could see you? You don't think they could talk? Oh, Kara, that might have been somebody who was helping with the news. You know, because you know those news people stay there all day and night and report. I'm thinking maybe that was somebody that worked with the news people. Might have been a producer or something with the TV program. So I don't know. The Kara, you all are talking about some Kara lady that he thanked. That might have been somebody with the news. She says targeted setup money. I don't know. But I think, like my friend said, one of my Facebook friends said, it may not even be about no plug. It may not even be about no money. It could just be somebody called Dominic to let him know, hey, your kid's out here running around. Your baby mom ain't nowhere in sight. And he said, okay. And he botched his plan and went and got his child. Mad at the mama. Somebody's talking about a white woman in the projects and nobody says anything. Well, see, I find that odd as well. And we do have white people who live in public housing. So that's not an, abnormal thing. But my thing was, you didn't know these people and they're handing out candy. I'm surprised nobody went up and said something to the people like, hey, what you doing? You know these kids? Hey, you know this lady? You know this man? I mean, because, you got people who get down like that. They're busybodies. They'll walk up to people and say something. So I find that odd that nobody walked up to these people and said, hey, who are you? What are you doing here? You know these children? Hey, you know this man? You know this woman? And that would spook somebody. Because if I'm there to do wrong pertaining to these kids, I'm getting ready to start the engine and get the hell out of there. I'm not going to stick around. So I find it odd that nobody said anything. But a child can tell you, oh, yeah, they were handing out candy. Oh, yeah, my sister got some. I was wondering where she got it from. Oh, you said, why kill the baby? Well, I keep telling you all, can't put nothing logic with nothing illogic. Like I said, if it was a setup, he realized he couldn't bring the baby back. So, I don't know. And why would he come up that I'm taking his own child? The GoFundMe pages. I think maybe that was his plan. I'll get me some money, make some money. I'll use my child. So see, it can go both ways. It could either be he set it up to kidnap the baby on purpose. That's why you didn't ever see the baby mama around. Maybe he had her in on it. I'll set up the GoFundMe pages. We'll get some money. We'll split the money. Woo, woo, woo. But then he realized he can bring the baby back. 2, either somebody called him and told him the baby was out there unattended. And he said, okay, she ain't watching my kid. Woo, woo, woo. He swoops in, calls these people, hey, help me go get my child. She got my baby out there. She's not watching my kids. I think it was one or the other. I think he either planned it for the GoFundMe pages and or he was called and notified. 2 hours in, you guys. I'm going to get out of here. That's a long time. But thanks for joining me. Love you guys. I will be back with another video and updates of our current cases. Love you guys. Have a safe weekend. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.